The Odd Pod. Odd Pod. Chaz and Roy are with me, and you teamed up in the sort of mid to late 1980s together to form Cry No More. Would that be about right? About 87, something like
that? Mid-80s, really.
Mid-80s, yeah. I think it was mid-80s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact year. I can remember the jumper I was wearing when I met Chaz. Because I was walking down Richmond Road, quite close to a pub called the Mulberry Tree. I don't know if you remember this, Chaz.
I remember you getting off a bus on a foggy night. That's when we re-met. I mean, we had worked together in the late 70s. I was down in Devon writing with Dave Cousins for Straubs, and this TV show came on. It could well have been the Revolver you were talking about yesterday, the Revolver show.
No, I tell you what that was. That was So It Goes with Tony Wilson.
We watched this slot, and Dave Cousins said, "God, he's good, isn't he?" And I said, "Yeah, he's really good, you know." And then at the end of Roy's slot there, they said, "Oh, Arista recording records." Well, we had just signed to Arista, so Dave literally just got straight on the phone and started trying to put the wheels in motion. And next minute, Roy and his band were supporting us on our next tour.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's how we actually met, wasn't it, Roy? You know.
Yeah, I did that Straubs tour in '78, which was brilliant, to be honest. We had. It sounds like I'm buttering Chaz up, but I don't think we could have toured with a nicer band. And I got on particularly well with Chaz and the drummer called Tony Fernandez. And Chaz and I kind of kept in touch after that. And I remember walking down, jumping off the bus in Richmond Road because I had a fawn jumper on. It was a creamy fawn jumper. I remember it to this day. Chaz was coming the other way. And I remember we got chatting. I don't think we'd seen each other for quite a long time.
And I was playing in the Mulberry Tree that night.
You were playing in the Mulberry
Tree. I was outside on a break, and this out of the mist because it was a foggy night. This bus pulled up, and you stepped off it. I thought this is straight hill, you know.
Yeah.
And you came up and watched the band I was playing with that night. And you said, "I'm much better."
And probably.
And we auditioned for the Landlord there and then that night, and we had to get
right. We did. Yeah. Didn't I just sing to him a cappella?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I think he booked us just through fear, didn't he? He looked like, if I don't book them, they might never go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got a gig there. Well, you know about this because after that. I think we must have been there for 2 years. I mean, I don't mean from that minute. We never left
until we closed it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Mulberry Tree. Yeah. I mean, that's legendary. The Mulberry Tree years were legendary for a number of reasons. A lot of which we can't necessarily go into on a family show. But and of course or any show. Yeah. And then you embarked on a world tour of South London and Twickenham.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, you were playing all sorts of pubs, the Railway in Teddington and the Turk's Head and...
Totally.
Yeah.
As Roy used to say, from the pubs of Twickenham to the Albert Hall and beyond, and then back to the pubs of Twickenham.
Some of those pubs in Twickenham, I mean, we were travelling hundreds of yards some nights. I mean, we were going from Hampton Wick to Hampton Hill in a single week.
What I found remarkable, and still to this day, is that you two could hold an audience in the palm of your hand. You know, if you go and see live bands in a pub, quite often people aren't taking any notice. They're chatting about other things. They're screaming and shouting and whatever. But that rarely happened at a Cry No More social club gig. You seemed to have them right where you wanted them.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, at that time, all the bands or most of the bands were either playing sort of R&B or covers.
Yeah.
I think an audience kind of chats along with that quite often, isn't really taking it on board. And I didn't feel that was something I wanted to do particularly. I didn't want to go in and be background music.
Yeah.
So we just decided, I think we'd sort of go about it another way. I think the audience was quite as important as we were. It was quite a unique occasion, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Turned into something.
It was a sort of happening in a sense, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was very special. Yeah, it was very special. And again, if you go and look at social media, on YouTube, there are a number of, there's a few videos of you two in action at the Cry No More Social Club. I should advise some parental guidance if you want to watch them, but that was all part of the gig, really. It was great. Whose choice is it now? It's Royce, yours. Your choice of song for today.
Right. I was thinking I was looking. I was thinking. I was looking last night. I was going to ask for this Bob Dylan song.
Yeah.
Do you remember the song that Adele did, "Make You Feel My Love"?
Oh yeah.
Which was written by Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
There's a great version of it by David Bowie.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there's no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I know it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, I'd go crawling down the avenue. There's nothing that I would not do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on an open sea, and on the highway of regret, the wind of change is blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. There's nothing that I would not do. Go to the end of the earth for you, to make you feel my love.
The Odd Pod.